covering the stories that impact your life, your town, your state, and your future. This is The Means Report with your host, Brad Means.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to The Means Report. We certainly appreciate you spending part of your day with us, where today we are so excited to have two guests who are doing great things in our community, changing lives. One, primarily younger lives, the other, older lives, homeowner age and up, if you will. And it really is having a tremendous impact on the entire central Savannah River area. You're going to love meeting them. You're going to love wanting to help them after you hear about their missions. So please stay tuned for the next half hour. Also, at the end of this broadcast, as always, we will show you ways that you can stay in touch with the Means Report, which includes having access to our brand new podcast. You can just listen to the Means Report while you drive around town or exercise or what have you. And you can find out about these great guests that we have always on the Means Report, and especially today, beginning with our first one. He is Unique Mackey. Unique is a huge influence in the two-state, helping young people wherever he goes. He's been doing it for a long time. He's no stranger to News Channel 6. And Unique, thank you so much for being on the Means Report. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, amazing.
All right, so it's exhausting to read everything you've done. It makes me feel like I'm not doing enough in my life. Speaker, entrepreneur, motivator, founder of Chosen Church in Grovetown. You started the Living in Purpose Foundation, as well as the Living in Purpose Center for Youth. Your whole mantra is that you are a purpose-fueled leader, and I love that. And so my first question is just about that. Unique, what does it mean to live in purpose?
I believe living in purpose is a life of productivity, passion, peace, and profit. I know purpose can be hard to define, so we've spent a lot of time trying to figure out, how do we make it achievable? How can I know that every day when I lay down at night that I lived in purpose? Well, if you were productive, if you were passionate about what you were doing, if you had peace while you were doing it, and there's a net gain, profit, and that's not just money, but did you gain more than you lost? If you can live in productivity, passion, peace, and profit every day, you know for sure that you're living a life of purpose.
We could spend the rest of the broadcast on this next question. Let's just get you to answer it as succinctly as you can. But what about those mornings when you wake up and you go, I don't feel like living in purpose. It's raining, I'm tired. Are you done at that point? Does that mean you failed?
I always say, if you don't feel it, force it. Yeah. Feelings are a gauge, not a guide. You have to push through that pain so that you can get to that purpose.
Great answer, and so true. You know, almost fake it till you make it, because eventually your emotions and feelings will catch up with your brain. What about young people? Is that still your primary focus since we last checked in with you?
Yes, I love young people. They give me energy. I learn so much from them. If it wasn't for young people, to be honest, I don't know what I would be doing. It is the central focus of everything I do.
How are they doing today? How are kids?
It's a struggle, Brad, if I'm being honest. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of temptation out there, a whole lot of distractions. You know, with young children, the cell phone, social media, it is really hard for them to push through pain and maximize their potential with all those distractions.
Do you still offer after-school programs at the Purpose Center, and are kids taking advantage of that?
Yeah, but not as much as I would like them to, because to be honest, in certain areas, in certain neighborhoods that we serve, parents give children options. You can go to after-school program, or you can stay home and play. You can go get tutored, or you can sit at home on your cell phone. And we all know, when given that choice, what children are going to choose to do.
How do you connect with them? How do you come across as cool so that they buy into what you're saying?
To be honest, I'm just vulnerable. I'm just real. Children can sniff out fake really, really quick.
Instantly.
And so for me, it's just about letting them know that I'm a human being, that I have hurts, that I have pains, and that I have struggles. And it's amazing, no matter what your background, no matter your income, no matter your ethnicity, when you let people know that you have struggles and you have pain, well, that puts us all on an even playing field.
Talk to me, if you will, about this film, What Pain Left Behind. What's it about?
It's about losing both of my parents to AIDS before the age of 16 and how that pain led to a lot of destruction in my life. Mental health issues, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, a lot of dangerous criminal activity. When I lost both of my parents, I lost my mind and began to make a lot of decisions that were a detriment to my life. But that pain, Jesus turned into purpose for me. And what pain left behind is talking about when you go through trauma and trials, which we all will, what is pain going to leave behind? Is it going to leave behind more pain, or is it going to leave behind purpose? I get to make that choice.
I'm sorry about your mom and dad, first of all. I know that that chapter is never truly closed, no matter how long ago it was. You know, we were talking about how you relate to young people. When they see that you've gone through it, like you just described, does that help kind of make a connection?
Absolutely, Brad. That is a great question. Kids can research anything nowadays. And so my daughter one day when she was younger came into my office and she said, "Daddy, you been to jail?" and so Daddy had some explaining to do, no. Right? You know what I mean? But I say all that to say, when I share my story and when they research my story, everything changes. They let down their guard, and we begin having real conversations about what they're going through and how I can support them. At that point, they know it's not just theory. I'm not just preaching to them. I'm doing life with them. I'm a guide. I'm not the hero. My job is to be a mentor to you and help you to figure out how you can turn your pain into purpose.
Yeah, I would think that you would have, with your story, instant credibility with people of all ages. But what do you hope people get out of this movie? They watch What Pain Left Behind. First of all, how can they watch it? And then how do you hope it touches them?
Yeah, they can watch the film. If they go to livinginpurpose.com, they'll get all of the information on the movement. I always say it's not a movie, it's a movement. It's a film that you can watch that I hope educates, inspires, but mostly helps someone embrace their mental health challenges and figure out how to turn that pain into purpose. We're all going to have challenges in life. And if we're honest, it makes it hard to sometimes even want to wake up in the morning. Am I meant to be here? We all ask those questions when we're in pain, but I'm here to remind people that God has a plan for your pain.
How long does it take to feel better? What about people who are watching who think, man, I'm too messed up. I love what this man is saying, but I'm too far gone.
You're never too far gone for God. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, Brad. We would be on the air all day if I explained them all. I know you don't want that.
No, that's right.
But I'm telling you, no matter what you've gone through, we all make mistakes. Mine were drug abuse, alcohol addiction, sexual promiscuity, breaking the law. I was indicted on federal gun charges. Just think about that. I've been in the jail cell and now I'm on a stage. I'm not special. I'm not a unique individual. It was God's favor on my life and my willingness to admit, yeah, I'm hurting, but I can get through this. And so I just want people to know, no matter how many mistakes they've made, that if they're willing to embrace their pain, they can maximize God's potential in their life.
What did that moment look like for you? I know you give Jesus the credit for your transformation. Was it during a sermon? Were you praying one night? When was that spark lit?
Man, all of the above.
Yeah.
I like to say one waters, another plants, but God brings increase. It wasn't a moment per se, but it was every day trying to do a little better than I did the previous day. Listen, I'm still working it out. I still have good and bad days. As you said, it's not a day that goes by that I don't feel the pain of losing both of my parents and feel sorry for some of the people that I hurt on that journey. But at the end of the day, I can let that pain stop me, or I can let that pain fuel me.
What can you teach us, parents, caregivers, members of the community, about connecting with our kids? You're obviously good at it. How can we be like you? What do they need from us?
They need our patience. They need less judgment and more understanding. We want our end to be everyone else's beginning.
Right.
Listen, we didn't get where we are overnight. Our children are figuring it out. Our young adults have more temptation than we ever had. And so sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, it's a journey. And sometimes people just need the ministry of presence. They don't need us to preach to them. They don't need us to make them feel bad about the decisions that they're making. Can we be a listening ear? And when they're ready, we can give them those nuggets of wisdom that they'll grow from.
So sometimes it's better to just listen to them instead of saying, oh, wait, I can fix you.
Absolutely. No, nobody wants to be fixed.
What's the future hold for you? Again, when I read all of your accolades at the beginning of this interview, it was a lot, and it seems like you've done it all. What do you want to do in the years ahead? You're so young.
I want to do more of what I'm doing. I always tell people I'm not trying to do anything new. I just want to be better at what I'm already doing. If I can help thousands, I want to help millions. If I can help a child embrace their mental health challenges, I want to help millions of children embrace their mental health challenges. I want to continue to grow in my purpose as I'm inspiring everyone else to do the same.
Well, your purpose is inspiring and amazing, and I told you our time would fly by, and it did. But thank you for all you do, Unique, for this community. You're a great person.
Thank you for the opportunity, and you're doing amazing work as well. Honored to be here.
Absolutely appreciate you. Unique Mackey, you can go to the website that we'll put on the screen and that we put on the screen during this interview. You can book him, get him to come speak to your group, make that connection with our young people. Check out What Pain Left Behind, where Mr. Mackey told you to go. That address will be on your screen too, and you'll want to do that. Time well spent for sure. When we come back, transforming Harrisburg, one home, one family at a time. Amazing work by Turn Back the Block on the Means Report.